Hi and welcome to Unstop Unhinged, yet another video on Unstop Unhinged. I remember making a promise on this channel about 4 months back that I will learn coding, much like going back to my coding days during my engineering days. And I think it was a 15-day challenge. I did not. Right? I failed the challenge. But what happened meanwhile, a phenomenon absolutely exploded across us, which was vibe coding. And I actually then colluded with my tech colleagues and one of the really talented ones here. I learned a little bit more about vibe coding, right? And trust me, it was good that I didn't go back to coding basics and learned it from scratch, because vibe coding is here and how to help the lives of coders and non-coders alike like me, right? And to tell you what vibe coding is, I would like to welcome Harsh here. Harsh, why don't you share with our viewers what vibe coding is and why is it absolutely exploding around?
Sure. We don't have to actually write codes or remember, okay, this was the syntax or this other things right here. We just need to have the idea of what we want to create. So, as I see vibe coding, it's more of can you vibe with code? If yes, then vibe coding is there for you.
Awesome.
So, let's suppose you have a plan, you know that, okay, these are the things that we should create and these are the things I should maybe work upon. Or maybe if you're sure that, okay, this is my plan and this is how it looks, then vibe coding is there for you to actually code it for you instead of you coding it out there. And there are many websites which I'm pretty sure you must have tried. So maybe you can share the experience.
We will. Yeah. And are you saying that during this video itself we can create some vibe code something out? We'll come to it soon then. Okay, good. So can you tell me some of the platforms where we can vibe code? Like anyone out there with no experience of vibe coding will go there and can vibe code right away.
Yep. If we look at in a graph format, we can divide it into different stuff. So if you are someone who hasn't done coding at all, like you are a particularly novice and you are just like, okay, I want to create something out there, you can go for bold, which is pretty well served for someone who is not into coding but is a person who is a business user or someone who is a marketing expert or someone like you who is into everything and wants to create something of their own,
Right,
and want to own it. So for them, bold is there and they can create it out there. In fact, Lovable is also good at this, where you can go and create your own stuff.
Which one is your personal favorite?
So my personal favorite is Firebase Studio, which is in the second part. So what you can do is, the first is for novice. Second is, if you are familiar with coding, you know a bit of stuff, then Firebase Studio is there for you, where you can actually go and you can integrate code stuff and it integrates your backend logic also for you. So like for example, if you want to add Gemini, if you want to add let's say Claude or anything else, it does it for you. You can help and you can go to the VS Code editor which it has inbuilt and actually edit things out there. And there's the third part of audience who are very good with coding but wants to just like maybe vibe code and want to do stuff in a pretty fast manner, let's say, which helps them enhance the speed, go through the documentation, in fact build documentations on the go.
Got it.
So yeah, this and in fact as a product manager it helps me understand that okay, when I'm giving it to a design, so the design should be in this particular format and helps the designer also have the visual idea. Correct. Instead of just wireframing, I am just giving them the website. I want this button to be working in this fashion. In fact, developers get a good idea in a build side. Okay, this is what I'm wanting and this is how I can look, like give them my mind out there so they can look into it and create the perfect product.
You're bang on. I think for product folks or let's say for people who want to brief in a business, this is a godsend, right? Like in a few minutes you can actually like prototype a brief. And I go back to my days in FMCG and I think if I could prototype some of these tangible products so easily like we can, then I think enough talking, let's white code something. And I think last Saturday, Harsh, it was birthday of Unstop. Let's go back in time when Ankit Agarwal was thinking of building Unstop, right? And now cut back to now. Can Harsh here, the young techie that he is, can he vibe code in a couple of minutes and Unstop for the future? Can he?
Yeah, sure. So like we all know, Unstop started as a blog platform, right?
Yeah.
So maybe why not let's create a blog platform out here. So I just go to Bold since I'm thinking that I'm a novice coder. I don't know anything out here.
Yeah.
So let's maybe just type in that, okay, I want...
And we can do it on wherever, Firebase or Bold.
Yeah, we can do it in all.
Wherever, yeah.
So I want a detailed web, like blog website.
And just for the benefit of the viewers, while you were writing the prompt, we can also use the usual GPT tools to also generate the prompt itself to make it a little detailed.
In fact, okay, let's do one more thing. Since we are talking about vibe coding, let's also talk about what is a prompt. So that's the most important part that we do. So prompt is something that you actually give to the LLM so that it understands what we need to do. Now it always should have main parts, which is the context of it.
Correct.
First of all, or maybe just let me write it down also.
Yeah, sure.
So
Demo is the best way to show.
So let's say I want to create a prompt. So I'm saying I want to create a website. Can you create a prompt for me?
You just define the context.
Yeah.
For it.
Make sure that it covers all the things that a good prompt should have in order. Now the order should be always like it should always be in a fashion. Like first of all, it tells that okay, who it is and introduce its task. So always it should be like okay, first of all you introduce that okay what it should build upon or what's its main task is. Then you tell that okay how it should do it and what should be the process.
These are not specifics.
Yeah, these are the specifics. Like each and every prompt, if it has, it becomes a good thing.
Yeah.
Like first of all, you're telling as a human also, if you think that okay, first of all you tell that okay, let's suppose you tell me that okay, you have to create a website. Then you tell me the context of it, like what the website should have, what the thing should be there, why it should be there.
Got it.
And then you say that okay, this is the output format I want.
The outcome.
Yeah. Finally, tell the outcome and the results that it should have. So we are creating a blog website that would allow MBA and tech students to go ahead and see some crazy blogs, and it should be, let's say, visually appealing there. Cool. So if I just press enter, since I've written it that okay it should be well structured and all of this should be there covering, so you will see that okay you are a professional full stack developer who's an UI UX designer also and is building an engaging rich blog website. So it's tells the context of what he is and what its task is, then how he or she should approach along with the process and the flow. So if you see it already wrote the
and if
process.
you scroll up, I think in the how, it's actually taking care of every bit of the tech aspect of the question. So you don't need to go under the wrapper to understand that, right?
That's pretty cool. It also included the SEO best practices should be there and everything, along with sharing options.
So imagine gone are the days that you need to know what's the server details, what should be the platform. It's actually suggesting the best options basis the business prompt that you have on the chosen logic which you want.
So if I just copy this and let's paste it out here, and let me just remove the prompt parts out here. So
how long does it take?
I think it takes around 4 to 5 minutes depending upon the platform. So maybe let's just open it on Lovable also.
So you're showing on Lovable and on Bolt.
Yeah, Lovable and on Bolt. And maybe we can try out Firebase Studio.
Yeah.
But Firebase Studio is mostly for the backend logic applications. It's good for it. But maybe we can try it out. It's always.
We are sharing all these details in the description about where all you can try them out. And while the websites are getting built on Bolt and Lovable, Harsh is also putting it on Firebase. Yeah.
So it's actually creating the hero.tcx category and navbar and all of it.
Correct.
And till the time it's getting created, so it's created in a prototype. Let's click on prototype type.
That's it.
Yeah, it's creating it right now. So you can see it's writing the code out for you.
Yeah.
So let's just wait for it to complete. And till then I can share you one more resource. So there's for people who are UI UX designers. Now what happens most of the time, they created a very good Figma file. They created something which is imaginary and it's futuristic. But they don't know, okay, how should I build a website out of it?
Yeah.
Like make it into work out there.
Absolutely.
So
Tool Framer.
Yeah, it's called Framer AI. So what they can do is over here, they can build the complete website out there. So again, it's similar to what we are doing it right now, but it's much better for the Figma people out there. And in fact, now I think Lovable, Bolt, and all of them have given. So
lovely.
The people can go and upload the Figma file if they have the design, and it will create on the design itself.
Or let's say you are a UI UX person or a developer. Is this your best friend or your best enemy right now? Genuine question and addressing the elephant in the room.
Okay, so it's your best friend if to how to work with AI. It's like in most of the sessions that I go, I give the same response that okay, AI is not your enemy. AI is going to take a job if you do not go with AI.
So if you don't learn to adopt it and make
Yeah.
it your ally. Got it. Okay.
It's like industry revolution. I name it AI revolution. It's not right.
Which of these has built the Unstop of the future already?
Yep. So let's see. It's there.
That's already there. There's a new Unstop, as you can see in front of our eyes.
It's the old Unstop in a new Gen Z fashion.
And it's not time lapsed. We literally took 2 minutes to show this version from prompt to what we are seeing. It's pretty insane. My God, those are like blog sections.
In fact, it looked at the subscribe part of it.
So it actually passed the web and figured that, oh my God, okay.
So it added for us all of this. Then it, I think, added the
for different
startups.
cohorts like tech, MBA, startups, AI. If you notice, the exact target segments that we cater to, it has done that.
This
right?
is on Lovable.
What about Bolt and Firebase?
Firebase is still cooking it out there, and Bolt is, I think, is almost done. It's in the footer section. So this might be ready in a few minutes.
Is it fair to say that some platforms make it a little more a detailed job and some others like maybe Bolt is going deeper and making a more fleshed out website or something?
So yes, it depends upon how they are trained upon and how they are being worked. Firebase focuses more upon the implementation part, the logical part of it. So if you see the code, it's more optimized. And it's much more better performing, but the UI won't look so good. They work on the UI part separately, or maybe use the customization parts. Like for example, over here you can see it shows me all of this, but let's say I want to edit it. I can click on the edit option and select which part I am not liking it,
and I can change it around.
And I can change the margin, padding, the content.
So 99% of the time you won't like the first iteration, and these are the options you can still iterate and keep going along.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. I think this is already very exciting for me. And I think what he essentially told us that whatever be your business logic, whatever you want, if you, let's say I want to launch a quizzing website tomorrow, you can do it. You want to make a music mixer, right? To mix the music from the east and west, like ARM, you can make your mixer there, right? So anything you can imagine, it's there. Vibe coding is there to vibe with you. And yeah, you can see your job has become easier. It's up to you. How do you want to make it your ally? And really look at the future and invent a new future.
The only important thing is how you think. So you need to be a creative person. For now, AI does not have the EQ, so maybe you have it, so use it. So yeah, this is ready.
This is from Firebase.
Firebase. Yeah. So it didn't add the images itself. If you say it would. But you can see it's much more professional looking website.
There are more tabs than what we saw on Lovable, for example.
Yeah. And in fact, if you just see that each and every tab has the hover effect, and it looks a bit more professional than all of the others. And we have got the website also.
And just on time, my God. And by the way, that's a pretty cool tagline as well. MBA meets tech. Absolutely. Look at this. That looks awesome. What a homepage. I think image can be better, which we can change.
Yeah, which we
That's
can
the marketer in me talking, but yeah, we can change it. Pretty cool.
And over here, the best part is you can see the tabs are working.
Yes, they weren't.
They weren't. In this, it works because over here it mostly focuses on the front end part and all of it. So it's great for people who want to create a front end website or something like that.
Yep, there you go. One live run and a live demo of vibe coding that we did. Thank you so much, Harsh, for your time. Hope you have fun vibe coding. Thank you. And stay tuned to Unstop Unhinged. Like, share, and subscribe, and keep checking us out for videos like this.
Thank you.